Welcome back to Mega Man 10. We're still here in Chillman's stage with Bass getting pelted in the face by Snowman. Oh, jeez. I still love the music for this level. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just so good. Now, there are a couple of different ways you can go in this level. And we'll be coming up to the split path right here, actually. You can take the upper path here, or you can keep going down the lower path, and there's a second ladder you can take. They really don't lead to two terribly different places. You can get a weapon tank if you go to the right. Unfortunately, if you get into this room, you're too late. But oh well. So I miss out on a weapon tank. No big deal. There goes Bass knocking off the shield again. Again, Bass cannot shoot through walls, but that doesn't matter. I'm kind of low on things to say about this ice level. If you want to make things go a little quicker, you can use the Solar Blaze to just blast through all these guys. And if you really want, you can use Rush Coil, Proto Coil, or you know, Super Adapter, Treble Boost, whatever, to just fly up this way. Also, I think the little flashing ice crystal effect, while it looks similar to the ice effect that they were using in Mega Man 2, I think it's still kind of different, because I don't think you could actually get this kind of color on the original NES. Another minor difference between enemies in easy and hard mode, easy, normal, and hard. Those snowmen, if you're playing on easy mode, their bullets will only shoot up and down, I believe. They don't split into four. And again, as Bass using the treble boost can just kind of fly over all these hazards. Which you may want to do, because this stage can be kind of treacherous, being that it is the ice level after all. But there we go, we're at the end. Usually when you get to a big jumpy enemy, that usually signifies that you're at the end. Unfortunately, since Bass's blaster takes a little bit longer to kill enemies, I'm not going to waste time. We're just going to go fight Chillman. And I would do Mr. Freeze references, but that's been done to death. Now, Chillman is a pain in the ass for a couple of different reasons. One, the entire floor is iced over, so you're sliding all the time, making it harder for you to stop. His chill spikes will freeze you in place. And then him just running into you does tons of damage already. So you're basically just have to keep jumping around like an idiot until you get lucky to dodge half of his attacks. Thankfully, you have plenty of Solar Blaze to finish him off, but even with the Solar Blaze, it still takes a while. Thankfully, though, I defeated him, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. If you're playing on hard mode, he has another attack where he'll run to the center of the room, jump up, and throw 4 chill spikes at you in a row. No, 5. He'll shoot 1 on the wall, 3 on the ground. He'll shoot 2 at the wall and 3 on the ground in a U-shaped pattern. Since I'm not playing on hard mode, I guess I'll have to show those off in an extra video sometime later. Thankfully, though, Chillman is actually slightly easier with his pattern in hard mode because he repeats the same pattern over and over again. But anyway, jumping ahead back to Mega Man, we're going to go on to Nitro Man next. And for those of you that have watched the trailer for this game a long time, about 6 years ago, the music for Nitro Man stage is the same music they used for the trailer in that game. A lot of people were thinking that it might end up that this stage was going to be Sheepman's theme, because at the time the only Robot Master confirmed for the game was Sheepman, so people thought this was going to be Sheepman's theme. I keep switching to the 3 secret special weapons. I'm sorry about that. I don't mean to. But I do really like this song, I'm not gonna lie. And here's this, the gimmick for this level, the reason why I'm waiting. Pay attention to the arrows on the floor there, because if they start flashing at you, then that's going to be the direction that trucks are going to come at you. If you use the Chill Spike that we got from Chill Man, you can freeze them, you can freeze the trucks, or you can just have them run over the spikes and they'll blow themselves up. If you freeze them, then you just have to wait a couple extra seconds. It's not a big deal. If you're playing hard mode, they'll be coming at you a lot faster. And then we take this traffic cone robot. You can only shoot him in the head. You can push him back if you keep shooting at the shield, but it takes some time. If you jump up to where that traffic light is, you can actually shoot that light and make it turn red, and that'll temporarily stop the trucks from coming. Or you can just do what I did and speedrun by jumping on top of the truck and just riding it all the way to the right. Just make sure you jump off before you get to the end, otherwise you're going to run right into the spikes on the wall there. And thus the problem I'm thus finding out right here, issues with when you're already beaten the 3 special stages and L and R automatically cycle through those weapons before the main ones, which can make things slightly frustrating, not gonna lie. You can get, as you can see, you can get up on the ceiling there. Otherwise, the Sniper Joes up there would be a waste of space. It is safer to go the upper path, but as long as you have the Chill Spike or you're good at jumping, riding on these trucks shouldn't be an issue. Like riding this one right here. Speed running, or I guess car surfing. And this Met is getting in the way. Thank you, Triple Blade. Yeah, if you jump and shoot Triple Blade, then it's going to aim downward. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that when I was fighting Strike Man, but yeah, you can change what angle the Triple Blade goes depending on if you're in the air or not. And I'm just going to avoid the trucks by going on top of the ceiling here. I'm going to pull a Mario on this level and just run across the ceiling. Of course, they did that on purpose, because otherwise you wouldn't have been able to just drop down here. And I'm a little distracted by the music, because god dang, this music is fun to listen to. I love it so much. It's not my favorite song in the game, we'll get to that. Free life, I can always use that. Now we do have to fight this guy. Just keep jumping and shooting it in the light on its head. Now this part's annoying because you have to keep jumping across these small gaps, because the gaps are just wide enough that you can't walk across them. But if you use the Solar Blaze on these enemies, you can take it. Normally, if you shoot these green enemies here, the guns on the top of them will start flying backwards and shooting at you. But if you use the Solar Blaze, then you'll take out the gun as well, so... And we're at the end of the level. Get your Chill Spike ready, because Nitro Man is weak to Chill Spike. Nitro Man is very similar to Turbo Man from Mega Man 7, as he's going to turn into a motorcycle and just kind of try and run into you. Then he will run up the side of the wall. And after he does that, he will throw his not metal blades at you. The thing about his weakness, which I didn't get a chance to explain because I was beating him too quickly, he actually takes more damage if he runs over the spikes. So shoot the Chill Spike on the ground and have him run into it. It's a cause and effect kind of thing. If you just shoot him directly with the Chill Spike, it will freeze him and you can do some damage to him, but it won't do nearly as much unless he runs over it. So I guess like the concept is you're trying to give him a flat tire, so there you go. And for beating Nitro Man, we get the Wheel Cutter, which is very reminiscent to a weapon from Mega Man X2, which is the spinning wheel that you got from Wheel Gator. But there you go. there's one more Robot Master left, and we're going to be taking him on with Proto Man. And good God, I wish I wasn't going in the order that I was doing, because I'm taking on my least favorite stage with my worst playable character. But, oh well, maybe it'll be entertaining for you to watch. This is Commando Man, and you have this desert level where if you're standing in this sand, you'll start sinking through it. If you sink all the way to the bottom of the screen, you will die. But as you can see, as you notice there, it takes a really long time for you to sink through it before you die, so don't worry about it too much. You have these landmines in the ground that if you shoot them, they will explode and create pits. If you're playing hard mode, instead of revealing antlions type enemies, it'll just make a giant pit in the floor. Sometimes though, if you blow them up, you will find bolts. I believe the pit that I avoided actually did have some bolts in them, but oh well. We also had the split path right there. I always take the lower path because it's much easier. And then we have this annoying section right here. You see me going on the Protojet, but then you have this sandstorm that's going to keep pushing you back depending on what direction it's coming in. If you're doing what I'm doing, then good, because if you go too far, just fly as far up on top of the screen as possible so that you can avoid the sandstorm and avoid all of those parachute bombs as well. But make sure you grab this energy tank, because you're going to need it for the castle stages later on. And this is where the paths would meet up if I were to take the other way. You would just drop through that roof right. You would just drop through the roof right there. Again, in hard mode, and if these pits open up, they wouldn't have antlions in them. They would just be straight up pits that you'd have to jump over. Not that they're that difficult to jump over, but it's still kind of a challenge. I don't know why I'm switching to Protojet. I have the energy balancer for Proto Man. I could have just grabbed it, but I guess I thought I had something that was even less build than the Protojet. Now this is the most frustrating section of the level, because you have the sandstorm coming towards you, and lots of open pits with parachute bombs and spikes on the walls that'll... The biggest problem is the sandstorm covers up the entire screen except for you, so you won't... So unless you pay really close attention to the stage, you're not going to see where there's spikes, or how close you are to said spikes if it's pushing you that far back. So that's why you see me doing what I'm doing right now. I would rather sit and wait a couple seconds for the sandstorm to show up again. And as you can see, I'm running to the right as it's happening, because if you just stand still, it is going to push you. So if I were to just stand still, I would get pushed into this pit and I would be killed. So it's best to just sit and wait. Now this is frustrating because typically the bombs will be pushed towards you. I got lucky there, but usually those parachute bombs will be pushed towards you by the sandstorm if you're waiting too long. Right here is another good example. Right here is another good idea of trying to use the Protojet, but then I got blindsided by this bomb, so I'm just like, you know what, screw it. You can very easily skip this entire room using the Protojet, or a Rush Jet, or Treble Boost. It's much easier with the Treble Boost because then you can just fly wherever you want. But using the Rush Jet or the Protojet's kind of frustrating when those parachute bombs come up. Thankfully, I managed to make it this time, and see, if you just coast your way through, it's a lot simpler. And if you're high enough on the screen, you can actually avoid the sandstorm. Or if you're trying to speedrun, you can actually use the sandstorm to your advantage, and it'll push you faster than your jet will push you. But for now, this is going to be where I call it apart. In the next video, we will fight Commando Man with Proto Man. So I will see you guys then. Oh, but before I did that, I was like, I'm not going to risk dying here. I've got 3 energy tanks. I may as well use them. So, see you guys in the next video where we take on Commando Man.